Hey there. Have you ever tried to make your writing appeal to more people only to find out that nobody really wants to read it? It doesn't make it stronger, it makes it weaker. I see that a lot. Authors come to me and say, "Well, everyone can benefit from my book." So you soften your message, you broaden your examples, you adjust your tone that so that more people can see themselves in it. But somewhere along that process, something shifts, and what once felt clear and distinct, unfortunately, becomes generic. And I get it. Most people would benefit from your book on parenting, burnout, mindset, whatever it happens to be. Put your topic in right there, and I get it. Most writers assume this is the approach. It feels logical to think that the more people you can reach, the more effective your writing will be, the more books you'll sell, the more people you'll change. So you widen the audience, you remove anything that feels too specific, and you smooth things out that feel too strong. But what actually happens is the opposite. The more you try to speak to everyone, the less clearly you speak to anyone, because connection doesn't come from broadness, doesn't come from widening, it comes from precision, it comes from narrowing. Here at Author Odyssey, we have a name for that villain. We call it the masked crowd. The masked crowd appears when you can see your audience, but instead of choosing who you're speaking to, you just keep adjusting your message to try to accommodate all of them at once. As a result, your writing is no longer grounded in a single point of view. It is shaped by a series of shifting expectations, each one pulling in a slightly different direction. And over time, the effect is subtle but significant. Your voice becomes less distinct and your message begins to lose its edge. The solution is not to try to reach more people. It's to decide who you are actually speaking to and commit to that decision, to that person, to speak directly to them. Because strong writing doesn't come from trying to include everyone, it comes from speaking clearly to someone specific. When that clarity is in place, everything else begins to align. Your voice becomes more natural, your ideas become sharper, and your message becomes easier to recognize and remember. I have a lot of authors coming to me and saying, I don't feel like I'm really capturing my voice. And that's because they're trying to talk to everyone. That's one of the things. So if you don't feel like your writing is capturing your voice, that's a symptom that you might be trying to write to everyone. And perhaps counterintuitively, when you decide I'm going to connect with that person there, that one person, and most writers come to me and say, "Oh no, that's too scary. It's for more than just one person." But here's the thing. Counterintuitively, as I said, the more you zoom in on one person, the more people who are going to connect with your work. Not fewer, more. So if your writing is starting to feel safe, broad, it might be that you don't need to expand your reach. It may be a sign that you're standing in a masked crowd. And the way out isn't to try to talk to everyone, it's to focus it in on that one person. This is something we work through in the Reader's Compass in Author Odyssey, where you define exactly who you're writing for before you write too much. But for now, it's worth asking yourself a simple question: who am I trying to reach? Because once that becomes clear, everything about your writing will change.